Hey guys, it's Chris from Enola Gay, and it's time for Valken Debrief Live.
Welcome to the most interactive airsoft show on the interwebs. It's the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show. Each and every episode is sponsored by the fine folks at Enola Gay. Also, don't forget to sign up for the largest growing airsoft community in the world, known as the Valken Alliance. You can link up with other Alliance members throughout your region on our Facebook groups by just searching the Valken Alliance. We also offer Alliance sponsorships for qualified airsoft teams. And the Valken Debrief also shares local and national airsoft events so you don't miss out what's going on in your region. We also give away some sweet products from time to time, so the more you interact, the greater the chance you could win. And we work hard to bring you new and exciting special guests during each episode. You can also find us at many airsoft events throughout the world. And if you miss any of our live casts, you can always catch the rewind on our YouTube channel or SoundCloud. So sit back and get ready for your Valken Debrief.
Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for immature airsoft players. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences with common sense only.
Welcome, Airsofters. I'm your host, Kaiju. This is episode 96 of the Valken Debrief here at the ranch. I'm Kaiju. Today I'm joined by
Peltast.
Peltast. Our guests today are Derrick Campbell from moguns.com. He sells shirts or something. I'm sure his parents are real proud of that. And Karl, he takes pictures that are okay.
Yeah, they're all right, and usually he takes forever to upload them, but you know what? That's fine. It's fine.
But that's okay. We're gonna have him on and see what's up. We're your hosts.
Trust us.
Shit.
What just happened?
There was two guys here. They were taller than us. They weren't us, and they were unbearded.
They were
unbearded.
They were much taller than us.
And
Oh
no
my
beards,
gosh.
no beards. This is the actual...
This is the Valken Debrief Airsoft show.
Peltast. This is Kaiju, the actual Kaiju, not the fake Kaiju, the real one.
The Supreme Commander of the
Supreme
Valken
Commander.
Alliance, and
All my people of BB Shire, your lord is back.
Lord
He's
Fuzzy
a gentle
Face.
lord. He will take care of you and make everything. Those guys couldn't even look at the right camera. It was
I know,
pathetic.
right?
It was bad.
That's the right camera.
That's
They
the
were-
right...
Oh my gosh, amateurs.
So bad. Amateurs.
So, welcome. It is episode number 96.
One better than 95.
Yep, and we are broadcasting live from
From the future. We're in the future.
beautiful
Beautiful.
Colorado Ranch in the future.
In the future. The Vulcan? No, the Colorado Ranch. Colorado Ranch. Got it right this time.
Yes, you got it right this time.
It only took 15 episodes.
So, tag your friends. This is going to be a great watch.
Tag many
This
friends.
is how easy it is. I'm going
Many
to tag my
friends.
friends right now.
Ooh, I'm going to tag
your-
all of the friends.
Yes.
Watch. I'm just
Let's
going to
see.
do the
I'm going
swipe
to
and drop.
tag JP.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Ooh,
I'm going to go with commanders. I'm going to go John McCaleb and Katie Yates. That's what
okay,
I'm dropping.
I'm going to do John Liu.
Oh, you're going to do John Lou?
Yep, John Liu.
I'm going to get Will Soto in here if we're doing producers. Why not?
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
going to get
right?
Will Soto. And Lone Wolf.
I got to tag Mrs. Kaiju. She got to come in here
I'm
too.
leaving Mrs. Seltz out. She's
Okay.
She's having...
Should I tag Woody?
Let him find his way here. He always does.
Okay.
He always does.
All right. He's probably already in here already.
I don't like that guy a whole lot anyway. Like, he's
and we got to tag Mr. Biceps. Corey Williams.
Yes, Biceps himself.
There
I
we
actually
go.
would like to see a GIF if one of our fans could make a GIF of Corey's biceps actually talking. That would be. I would reward you handsomely for that one.
Who's that one black actor where you can make his pecs pump up
Oh,
and
it's
down?
Terry Crews, man.
Terry Crews, yeah. So if we can get like Corey, like with his biceps pumping up and down, that would be so
Can we get
awesome.
them to dance? Dun, 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 dun. That would be the GIF right there. Dancing
That would be-
biceps. If you are in the audience right now, come up with that. I will shame him horribly with it. I will promote your GIF everywhere. Everywhere I go.
We want to thank our sponsors. First up, Valken Alliance.
Ooh, social networking in Airsoft. What a great idea. You like that?
It's a pyramid scheme.
Oh, is it?
Valken
Is
Alliance
that why
is
it
a
has?
pyramid
Is
scheme.
that why it has the mountain on it?
Yep.
Because it's representing the pyramid. So, see what happens if you recruit enough people eventually on the Valken Alliance. They work for you. It's easy.
But seriously, it is just a player network that we're just trying to get folks together to hook up and play Airsoft in their regions
everywhere else.
Takes 2 minutes to sign up.
I know. ValkenAlliance.com.
Easy.
You can check it out. You can see it on the screen. It's very easy. I promise I won't spam
More than
newsletter
once an hour. You get like one newsletter an hour, that's it. No more than that.
And then be sure head on back over to Facebook to look for you. Just search Valken Alliance and join your regional group. So you can...
We got another fun company on board, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do.
The very popular Enola Gay. Makes smoke, makes booms, makes... Enola Gay, our sponsor of the show.
That's right.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about them.
They got smoke, they got explosives, they got... I would call them a
but they got
lifestyle.
explosives, but airsofters can't buy them?
No.
What's up with that, Chris?
Hey, what's up with that, Chris? Hook us up. We'll blow something up.
We want the 3.0s with the blue lid, so
Yes.
people don't get confused with our dead rags. Even though I have red marking tape on my magazines that you can see.
It's safe.
Yeah.
Kind of. Ish. Safe-ish.
Yeah.
But anyway, Enola Gay. They make good stuff. Check them out.
EnolaGay.com.
I mean, honestly, if you're not rocking Enola Gay, your smoke is lacking. That's it. Period.
Yep. And be sure to... we have a hotline.
Do we now? Oh, do we have the message?
We do.
to play?
We do have a hotline.
Did we get another message again? Because I saw some phone lines beeping on my way into the office today.
No, those are from when I was gone for like works.
Are
Regular
you the
work
only one
stuff.
that answers the phone
I am.
around here?
I'm the only one.
Is it just the Kaiju show all day long at the Colorado Ranch?
It is. It is.
Driving the
So,
forklift, picking
look at the phone
orders.
number. You can call the voicemail 856-975-0650.
If it's just heavy breathing, leave heavy breathing. That's fine.
Leave a message.
Yeah, that's cool.
If you want us to come to your event, tell us what event you want us to be
Why
at.
don't you tell them how they can do that? Is there a quick and easy way they can identify their event to let us know?
Send us a Facebook message.
Easy.
Or call the hotline.
And talk to us in person.
Yes.
We're not going to answer it, but
Yeah.
we'll listen and then we'll call you back.
Or
with
if there's a
30
guest
messages.
you want on the show.
Ooh, do you have a favorite airsofter you'd like to see? I bet if you annoy us enough, you can see him.
Yep.
Or just annoy him to call us, and then we'll get him on. We don't have much clout.
Yes.
It's not much.
And if you're only able to stop in, because a lot of you were like, oh, I can only say hi, and then I got to go by. I got to put kids to bed or whatever. You can catch the rewind of the show tomorrow, either on YouTube if you want to watch us. I mean, I don't know who else would want to look
I
at
think
our
the
faces.
show is actually much more appealing as an audio file, personally.
It is. Go to SoundCloud.
Yep.
Look up Valken Debrief. The MP3 podcast file will be up there.
We paid the $12 so you can see it all. There's no
Because
restrictions. Because we love you.
Airsofters, it's hard for us to focus on something and keep our attention. We got to do multiple things, like David Forsyth in Canada.
He's a painter, isn't he? Paints his
He likes to
models?
do 40K, Warhammer 40K.
I know. That's
know?
actually really popular
Yeah.
in the airsoft world. There's a lot of 40Kers.
Yeah.
it's
So a lot of people like to do
cross-pollination.
other things and then listen to the show. So
Mostly what we're saying is just include us in other parts of your life. We can make it better, more rich,
Yes.
more enjoyable.
But we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. And right after that, we are going to be talking with Karl Urban
If we can find them. They've hidden somewhere in the ranch.
know.
They're hiding.
from BB Dynamics Media Company. It's all, I got to say all of that.
Yeah, but he does more than that.
It was
Just
in
more.
his writer. I had to say BB Dynamics Media Company.
Also, strangely enough, he only wanted brown M&Ms and raisins mixed together in his bowl. I had to do that earlier. It was kind of weird.
Dude, it's like he's eating poop.
I know it's a weird request, but contracts are contracts. You know what I mean?
I'm
Well,
surprised
also-
he didn't ask for edibles. We are in Colorado.
Well, dude, he probably got his out. I mean,
That's
like,
true.
You know, to be fair.
Also, we'll be
We don't have that
joined
big a budget.
by Derrick Campbell from Mo Guns.
He is the inventor of the I wear nods and shoot automatic weapons on Instagram. He invented that. A lot of people don't know that.
You know what? I think he was the first. He
He might have
started
been the
that
first.
trend.
And also, I think he cooks with his guns too now. He started some of that too. Did he do the bacon thing? Or is that something
No,
else?
it's like one of the things. He has guns, gear, and beer podcast. That's one.
Is that a podcast where they have guns on it?
Yes.
Do they talk about gear?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Well, just one more. Do they talk about beer?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
So if guns, gear, and beer are your thing, I mean, really, why aren't you listening? Why are you listening to us right now? Why
I know.
aren't you listening to that?
We're gonna
Go-
cut to
go there.
commercial. Tag your friends. I mean,
Yes.
here we go. I'm gonna tag. Who should I tag now?
What's some famous people we know? Do we know any famous?
I'm tagging David Lee.
Ooh, I'm gonna tag Tactical Moose because he's our current champion right now.
I know.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tag Jet, the Desert Fox.
We might
and
get Robo in the
Unicorn
audience
Lineup.
again. That's how
Hey,
know
you
can
tag
do it.
Robo.
I'm gonna tag Robo.
Are you friends with him on Facebook?
Oh, so friends with him. On
Okay,
Facebook.
cool.
So many ways.
Tag
to
Robo. There we go.
Tag Robo, tag.
We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. You don't want to miss the show. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Virgil from Historic Blast Camp Paintball and Airsoft, and you're watching the Valken Debrief.
Be sure to check out the Valken Tactical Kilo Gloves. Each glove is equipped with stretch mesh fabric and Velcro wrist closures. They come with silicone grips in those high contact areas and are touch screen friendly. These gloves are ultra lightweight and have soft gel padded knuckles to protect your hands against BB strikes. So no matter what kind of playing conditions you encounter, the Valken Tactical Kilo Gloves are the right fit for you.
Hey, put your phone down.
Jesus.
Jeez, we're back.
We're back.
Oh my gosh, we're back. The Valken
Fucking
Debrief.
millennials. Every time we bring them on the show, it's just Twitter. Oh, is that not cool anymore? Is Twitter not cool?
No, Twitter's not cool.
Twitter, what's cool? Is it the Facebook that are cool?
Instagram.
It's
Snapchat. It's a Snapchat.
It's the snaps.
That
It's
doesn't
the
have any
snaps.
records, so you can send all your dick pics and no one will know about it.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Welcome back to the Valken Debrief Airsoft show, episode number
Oh, excuse me, 96.
96.
96.
Dude, we're 4 away from 100.
Dude,
That's
if we don't get
crazy.
100 people in the chat for the 100th episode, I quit. I'm gone. I'm
my
gonna
God.
I'm gonna hold the show hostage right now. I'm gonna do the streamer thing. What do you think? Do you think it'll work?
No, because we don't care.
Okay.
So we've got Derrick Campbell from Mo Guns
What's up?
on the show. We got Karl Urban,
What's up?
or is it Urban?
Urban.
Urban.
I like to say Urban because then he's like actor status from,
No, Karl Urban that's Karl Urban from like Judge Dredd and all that stuff, not Urban.
It's Urban.
Is it Urban?
Yes.
Okay.
We're calling him Urban.
trust
You don't know
All
how
right,
to say
okay,
your
I'll go
name,
with it.
Carl.
I know, right? It's his name, but
This is actually a really cool episode. This is the all Colorado episode. This is Rocky Mountain region.
This is.
I know nothing but Colorado. Well, I'm not a native. You're not a native either.
No.
Are you guys natives?
Define native.
Like, were you born here?
No.
Okay, so that's kind of like the good Colorado
You were
mix
born
right
here?
there. Mm-hmm. We have one.
Have you ever
native,
lived
three
anywhere
transplants.
else?
Chicago.
Chicago.
And you came
Little
back.
parts. Yeah.
Because this is the best state ever.
Yes.
But don't move
Don't
here.
move here. We're all full. We're all full.
We don't need any more of
Seriously.
it.
Totally full.
So,
It's kind of amazing that there's this much airsoft in this room because there's not that much airsoft in this state. We are very
correct.
much starved.
Yeah.
And we've concentrated it all in one place. So if you're a Colorado airsofter, this is the show for you right now. This is the
Exactly.
only show in town.
So if you got questions for Karl and Derrick, put them in the chat. We'll ask them. We'll even answer them in the chat. Because we're magic. We can sit there and answer questions.
I
in
can
the
be
chat.
there and here. I can be on your screen and on your phone.
I
Creepy,
know.
isn't it?
It is creepy. It is creepy. Karl, where can folks find you on social media?
At BB Dynamics, which is BB_Dynamics on Instagram is the main one I post to. And then I also have my Facebook page of BB Dynamics. That's where I upload a lot of, event albums or other projects I'm working on besides airsoft related, not airsoft related.
So if they see your face, that's where they can get the pictures that,
Yeah.
because obviously that you took pictures of everybody at every event you've ever been to.
Or try to.
So where can we find you?
Where can our followers follow you and everything you do?
On Instagram, it's at moguns_. Derrick is my personal page if you want to follow my shenanigans.
Is that just you personally? Is there a separation between Mo Guns and Derrick? Or
Yeah,
Mo
so
Guns
that
Derrick?
Moguns Derrick is my personal page where I just post a lot of random stuff. And
So, I mean, and here's a fun question. Do you consider Mo Guns and Derrick two separate people?
yes, yeah, I think so. I've tried to separate it as its own entity.
So how would you describe Mo Guns as compared to Derrick? Who is the Mo Guns persona?
The company itself, I try and keep somewhat professional.
Well,
my
just
my
describe
personal
what-
page is not.
Okay, so describe what you're going
Shenanigans
for. You know, like,
'Cause
I'm-
so I mean, again, it's your business page,
Yeah.
and it's you're posting and sharing everything related to Mo Guns, while
Yeah.
and its followers, while your personal page, because you do a lot of other things other than Mo Guns.
Yeah.
and we'll get into that.
We're getting there. This is the expose episode where you may know these guys as being gun guys or airsoft guys or Instagram guys. We're gonna find out what makes them tick.
Yeah.
Go deep inside
So,
them.
hey, so
Wait, sorry.
He's plugging.
so
his
yeah,
podcast on our show.
let's
Jesus
start.
Christ.
I mean, Karl, who the hell are you?
So, I basically started BB Dynamics almost 4 years now.
That's it?
Yeah,
Wow, I
4
thought it's
years.
been around way
Yeah,
longer
no. Honestly, just messing around at the beginning of it, and was just taking photos and realized that the local, especially Midwest Colorado scene.
We're on that camera.
We're on
now.
that camera right there. Or you can just talk to us too. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was lacking.
I've taped up
super
the little
hard.
red lights because airsofters, they don't like little red lights on webcams because they think it's a dead light, like on the GoPros and stuff. So yeah, I've taped up the little red lights. Sorry.
Gotcha. No worries. So yeah, I basically started years ago just as a joke, like I was saying, and realized that the Colorado scene, the Midwest scene, really didn't have a ton of photography. Like, I mean, there's Wade of really good photographers over the years of like Milson Media, the AO Dave and stuff like that. But I felt like there was still a niche that could really show what the Colorado scene was like, and more of the Midwest. So I jumped at it, and it kind of blew up.
Always worked for you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been working out. It's led to other jobs that are not airsoft, so which is pretty cool. So
Same one going the other way, man. How'd you get started? Who the hell are you? Why should we like you?
That's an excellent question. I started the company in 2013. I had just gotten fired from my job at UPS, and I needed a way to pay for tuition at the time. And I had some stuff lying around. I was like, screw it, let's start an eBay store. And then from there, it just kind of morphed into its own thing. And somewhere along the line, I decided I'll just do this.
So, just a question, but friends and family, when you said, hey, I have a steady job I've lost where I do something normal, and I have this pie-in-the-sky idea to sell patches to people who play a sport you've never heard of. What was the reaction, honestly?
It was a mixed bag. There's some, good luck with that.
Like, we'll let you fail, and then we'll come back and pay your rent for a little bit kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
But obviously not so much.
But they ain't saying that now.
Nice.
no, we call them money bags, Derrick.
That's a lie.
Well, I'm impressed. I mean, the cool thing about the show is I keep meeting young entrepreneurs that are like half my age that are twice as successful.
Okay, so here's the test. Nods?
No.
Nods?
No.
No.
Yes.
No. Here's the real question if we're talking Mo guns right now. How many pairs?
Oh,
Oh.
More than two.
More than two. That's like the question you're with your significant other. So how many other people have you had sex with? Yeah, more than two.
More than two. Wrong answer.
You
I think pretty much the ATF might be watching this right now, so they're going to swoop in and remove all the extra nods from Derrick's house, which is why he will not clue us into.
That's not funny.
He doesn't live within city limits. So.
No, so he's good. He's good.
Yeah,
he's out in the boonies. Don't come looking for him. He's in the mountains. He's in a very defensible position. Not that anybody should fight the government.
Yeah. So question for both of you. Even though you sell goods and you do media, you also do media. Okay. In different forms on social media. What is, for the question for both of you, what is the purpose of your content creation for your social media stuff?
I feel like regardless of your business or for your goal, if you're trying to grow a social media presence, is that your content has to entertain people. And that, especially on Instagram where people are swiping, you have half a second to grab someone's attention before they just keep going. So regardless of what you're trying to sell or just promote, it has to be grabbing.
So the process you go through for that, are you just walking around through your day or you're out at the range with your buddies and someone goes like, this would be funny, out comes the camera, and then you work from there, or are you going out with a plan to produce a certain kind of content?
Both. So I normally will have a plan for if I have new products coming, I'll kind of have an idea of what kind of shoot I want to do with that product. But I always have my camera in my truck, and I always have it with me so just in case something pops up.
Which gives you the best content? Is it just shit that you come upon, or is it planned stuff? Which just feels the
I'd
best
say
for you?
it's 50-50. Some of my favorite pictures that we've gotten, Carl, was just like with the gas mask in the shoot house.
Yes.
That wasn't
literally
planned.
turned into memes and toys
and spread
and
all over the internet.
A whole bunch of dumb stuff. It's hilarious.
It wasn't planned at all. We just saw a couch and it'd be funny to take a relaxed, casual picture.
Dude,
on
I
the couch.
remember the
Yeah,
couch.
so that's literally turned into a toy.
Yeah.
We'll have to show you that later.
Yeah,
it's
it
funny.
got turned into an action figure in
Yeah.
China.
So you're an action figure now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That I'm a little jealous.
I've looked for
I'm
it.
a
I
little
can't
jealous.
find it for sale.
Oh.
But there's pictures of it.
Yeah.
What about you, Carl? What's the purpose of your
Because you're kind of
content
opposite.
creation?
You have more content and you're not moving at goods. So how
I
does
mean,
that
I
work?
do a few. I mean, I dabble in a couple of patches that I obviously get from this guy across from me. But yeah, I do it more for building more of a portfolio to then show other people, not just airsoft people, of here's the talents that I've done and here's what I could do for you kind of thing. So I do a lot of, personal work for obviously my real job, which is an outdoor gear company. But that's what I use it a lot for too.
Whoa! Don't just tease us with that. We want info. So what else you got going on? I mean, because people just see the airsoft side of things, and so like, what do you? I mean, obviously, BB Dynamics is not paying the car payment. So what do you do as a day
pay
job?
for the Mustang. No. So my real job is product management and a little bit of media stuff at a outdoor gear company here in town called Let's Go Aero.
Oh, cool.
I've been to it a couple of times actually, looking for trailers in the past.
Isn't that where we first met?
Yeah, that's where we first met.
That's
like
where
it
we
wasn't
first-
even
Small
airsoft.
world,
It was like
small world.
I was
You
working
walked
for an airsoft company that we'll
Needed
just
a trailer?
we'll refer to it as Voldemort.
The old evil empire.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's where we met, and we're
Yeah.
like, we put two and two. We're like,
Whoa, I've seen you airsoft before. This is weird.
it's like airsofters actually do real
Normal lives.
things.
Yeah.
Have jobs. They don't wear camis everywhere they go.
Well, some
of them do. Some of them do. Yeah, that's mostly in the South though.
Right.
So another question for both of you. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that the industry is driven by content, or does content drive the industry?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
That's an outstanding answer. Very diplomatic. I like that.
D, all the above. Yeah.
Well, actually, hold on. Let's preface that a little bit more before you answer, because you guys are coming from two opposite sides. You're showing off kind of visual stuff. You're creating energy
products.
to move products. So,
Ooh, I'm excited.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have different purposes, so I kind of want to hear different, what you're driving for.
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry. You talk.
Well, I was going to fight my own and say that the products themselves are what drive companies, because at the end of the day, companies were still created before social media and all this was created. So at the end of the day, I still feel like, to me, it is products, but it's 2019, everything's on your cell phone. So now in this day and age, like, social media is such a huge difference compared to other companies that are in the dark from it. Like, that's where you thrive or die from a lot of what's created.
A lot of people are very choosy
Yeah.
with their money. A lot of people say that airsoft is in a recession. Like, no, I just think people are more particular where their money goes.
Yeah.
And now with social media, they want to find reviews. They
Yes.
want to find information. Who else bought this? What does it do? Without social media, I mean, literally, if I put a search in Amazon for, I'm looking for a power supply for an electronic component, I'm looking to see how many reviews. I mean, this one could be cheap, but there's like 5 reviews at 3.5 stars. But holy crap, this one has 600 reviews at 4 stars. I'm like, I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah.
I mean, did we really have that before social media, really?
I mean, it's like products were just how they were back in the day. So, I mean, yeah, you can say what your input is
as a
on
hard
that.
goods guy,
I think it comes in. It really depends. I'd say it's a little bit of both, because there have been some companies that have been able to drive huge amounts of hype without ever having a real product itself.
Like Red Bull would be a good example. Of that,
Yeah,
right? Like,
Red Bull. Fire Festival.
Yeah, I love Red Bull.
Created an enormous amount of hype, and they didn't have a product. It
First,
it didn't exist.
They banded a bunch of people on a beach in
Yeah.
Bermuda, but
Yeah.
we'll not talk about that.
And you actually, Derrick, you do a very good job. You actually spend a lot of time on Facebook promoting your products, because you get a lot of sales not only through your website, but a lot of traffic is driven to your website through social media. I mean, every time there's a new product drop, I get a notification on Facebook. I get a newsletter into my inbox. You can definitely tell, you being the man that runs Moguns, you use social media to the nines.
Oh, thank you.
So is that like a shotgun approach you're taking, or is that very targeted? Like, are you just throwing out as much?
It's very targeted. Facebook advertising. I've been toying with that for 3 years.
So just what's your process when you do that? Targeting?
I mean, your market is firearms and airsoft, things that are zucked.
Yeah, not
By the
really
internet.
based
It's
on-
not
They're
easy.
just slammed down on the internet.
Well, that
Yeah.
brings up something really interesting. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit because I really want to know. So that's a fine line you walk, man. Like, so there's a fine line between doing what you do and going over and getting zucked here and there, and there's a lot of we all know the environment we live in nowadays, and sometimes some people see certain kind of content and they take it the wrong way. So how do you look at something before you post it and say, is this going to get taken down? Is this going to cause problems? Or maybe are you just trolling with some of that stuff to create interest? Like,
I don't purposely go after trolls, but when they appear, I try and have some fun with them usually.
Dude, he's savage.
No, it's great. Like,
It
you'll
is so
screenshot me of the stuff. It's
It's
it
crazy.
kills me.
People are insane.
So like, where's your line from that stuff?
I don't try and provoke or try and do provocative content because I feel like purposely going out and stirring the pot is how you get zucked. I just recently my main focus is just good quality content. So just a cool picture with gear or guns or the night vision, just something cool without a crazy caption, and then just let the content itself do the work.
Some of the greatest products that he's come out with, I think, is because of a result of a troll.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times.
I've seen some good reactionary patches.
Oh my
There's
gosh!
some good ones out there.
It's like, hey troll, cha-ching! Thanks for making Derrick some money.
That's true.
That is what they don't get, and it's with anything. It's just human nature. If you go out and you scream on the internet that you hate this and no one should have it,
It's a Streisand effect.
everyone that sees it, man, I want that.
Yeah.
So when I show some of the comments of some of the stuff, I was like, people say that, I want it.
Cool.
I mean,
It's a weird.
that makes me
weird
think of a
dichotomy.
question, Carl. I mean, what is how do I put this? Because of trolls and comments and stuff, how do you feel about people trying to influence BB wars because they think their head and their sphere of influence is like this big?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just gonna
This
sit
really
back. I'm gonna
goes
sit
somewhere.
back.
Yeah.
And let this one run.
There's people that don't go way too far at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, people just. To be civil about it is like, people just gotta learn, I guess, not their place, but just calm down. Like,
It's
a lot of
it's
it.
airsoft.
Yeah, it's airsoft. At the end of the day, we're playing a game,
And what might work for them might not work for
Yeah.
you or me or, I mean, you can share your opinion
Yes.
without being a douche, I
Yeah.
guess.
I think definitive.
And you can
statement-
disagree with opinions without being
Yeah.
A douche. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
I mean, what's the? It's like no one on the internet ever leaves anything open when they make statements. They don't often open opinions. So it's always like that firm statement.
It's definitive.
Like, I hate this.
Well, the problem I have when it comes to a lot of people's and their opinions is that they never keep an open mind or look at it from the opposite side. And that's I know people a lot that I talk to, and we butt heads on things all the time. And it's like, it's the mindset that drives me insane is when the other person does not have an open mind about your opinion towards them or your opinion towards you.
People deal with absolutes too much.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
did it.
They're masturbators.
Ooh, I like that term.
You ever heard of masturbator?
I'm not familiar with that.
A masturbator lives in a world of absolutes and no compromise, where this patch must be like this, or this gun must do this.
I must
or
have the Mark 18.
This event
I must have a set of knives.
those are masturbators.
Masturbators. I'm gonna remember that one. I like that.
That's
You can have that.
You can take that
That's
one.
good.
If you want to make
I like
that
it.
the
As
best.
long as we get the first one for the wall, we're good to go. You can take that one.
So Carl, you deal with a lot of airsoft content,
sure. Yes.
and is that primarily the content you do, or is there other subject matter that you like to?
Vroom vrooms.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Yeah.
Our guy.
I was gonna say.
That's
honestly,
why he's on
this
your
year-
side of the table.
Yep.
Right?
Same
Yeah,
here.
honestly, this year, I'll be real. Like, I haven't done a ton of airsoft content just because I've been so influenced by other hobbies. It's like, I just bought a new car, so that makes me want to go do, content that's not airsoft. It's, cars. So, yeah, I've been going to, like, a lot of meets and different events this year. Obviously, I do a ton of media work for my own job, which also involves vehicles and outdoors and, products like that. So those are, I would say, the main. There's like airsoft and vehicles and some outdoor stuff, but yeah, those are the main.
I think it's safe to say that with anything, people don't want to go to you and follow you because you're just doing one thing. Mm-hmm. It's a much bigger reach when you're doing other stuff.
Just one thing no matter how cool it is, it gets boring after a while.
There's a fine line because people, it's like when it comes to these giant YouTubers and pages that are created, it's like they are there for, it's like this guy has made nothing, like let's take Jet for example. It was like made nothing but airsoft videos. Would it be super weird if you saw Jet post a video about cars? Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I think it'd be weird just to have him talk about something non-airsoft.
Exactly.
Like just have a
His followers would be like, what is this?
Exactly.
This is weird.
So it's like, at that point, you're there as a fan because you appreciate who that person is at the end of the day. So it's like, I think once people become to that next level of like, I'm not just a fan because of this person, what they create, but I'm a fan of them as a whole. Like, I like everything that they do.
Ooh. So that raises an issue. So do you guys have problems with when you meet people out, when you're doing your traveling and you're outside of your normal world, where they see the Dynamics persona or the Moguns persona of the business owner or what the internet, because we all kind of present something a little different on the internet. Do people have trouble reconciling your internet presence with who you are in real life? Have you dealt with that at all?
I haven't dealt with that.
Me neither.
I try and stay honest on my internet.
I was say, what you're looking at is what you get. It's
Well,
like I'm the exact same no matter what.
Because I've witnessed, and I'm not going to name drop, but there are Instagram accounts out there that just act like the biggest, baddest throwdown
Sickest.
accounts.
Yeah.
But then I meet them face to face at an event, and they walk around like a tail between their legs. They don't want to talk to me. It's like, we can't have a conversation.
I've ran into the opposite of like, these like super big accounts, and they're like totally nice on the internet, and then in person they're just total assholes. Like, ran into that a few times.
These guys are not assholes if you meet them in real life. They're really normal, humble guys.
Yeah.
We had to invite them in.
Wait, you disagree?
I disagree with that.
Really?
You are an asshole.
You are an asshole in real life? Because we've always had pleasant interactions. I've never had a bad interaction with Mogun, to tell you the truth.
Now I can understand it because he runs a business, and there are times where he has to hold his ground.
Well, because it's money out of his pocket.
It is.
If he screws up.
It is.
You know, it's hard when it's your business. When someone else's business.
Well, not when he screws up, but when other people screw with his
that's
business.
a better.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and this rolls into how do you deal with liberal wing criticisms because you are very two-way, and your product is appealing to firearm and airsoft enthusiasts. How do you deal with the liberal criticisms?
I always try and stay civil and have a conversation if people bring up actual questions or if they want to actually learn.
Educate.
I try to educate at first, but this is the internet, and it's like at least 50% of the time people aren't there to have a conversation. They're just there to try and reinforce their own opinion.
Ooh, stir
the pot. And it's at that point that if we're not going to have a conversation, then I just try and have a good
So,
time
like,
with
the
it.
first step is always just try to bring them in the fold. Because honestly, like, I mean, my politics aren't exactly far two-way. I'm kind of a middle ground guy. But with my background, a lot of people make a lot of assumptions about me. And so I always like to say, if you're super anti-gun or you're super anti-this, before you make decisions about it, let me put this in your hand. Because when it comes down to it, guns are just fun.
They're fun.
Number one, they are super fun. I have never put a gun or, of any kind in someone who is anti-gun's hand and they said, this is terrible, I never want to do it again. Like, honestly, that's the thing. Like, it's always something it's a perception. It's never the reality.
It's a paradigm that's built on hearsay or rumors.
Yeah. It's awesome to hear that, like, there's others trying to educate, because I think once you tell someone that this is just a fun sport that someone does on the weekend and we lock this shit up in our basement and we're secure and ammunition's over here and firearms over here and there's 9 different locks on everything and we're secure, a lot of that worry goes away, I find. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So let's get back to photography.
Sorry.
Something that you two guys are very passionate about and you love doing. Yeah. Karl, like when you're setting up your shots, what are some things you look for or try to establish or?
Yeah. Okay, I'm excited. So, I mean, a lot of it is based off of the end goal of what am I going to particularly use this for? For example, for a lot of work, is this for a product shot that it's going to be used? Is it going to be in a catalog? Is it going to be a banner? Is it going to be, what is it going to be for? And, same with the personal airsoft page. It's the same idea. It's like, what is this going to be used for? Am I going to create a video and these are some of the shots in it, or, whatever. When it comes to video or photo, yeah, it's all about what the end result of the purpose of what you're going out
So
there.
walk us through, like, for instance, you're doing a wedding shoot. Let's just say something
Okay.
innocuous like that. What is your mindset preparing and then going and then setting up before the guests get there and the actually doing it? Like, so what's your whole process?
A lot of it is obviously preparation and honestly research. Is like, for example, for shoots that I haven't done or I don't feel super comfortable with, just researching already what's obviously out there, and what can I do to make mine stand out from the rest, and that's a huge part. And like with media in general, is like you were saying earlier, it's what can I do that's different or next level compared to what's already
So it's
out
not
there.
necessarily reinventing the wheel. It's
No.
just tweaking the mousetrap. a little
Yes,
bit.
100%. 100%.
So, Derrick, you do actually a lot of different subject matter. You go from guns to shooting
Comic-Con.
to airsoft, comic conventions,
Yes.
cosplay. I
I mean,
mean,
people don't know this. This
it's-
is the number one like cosplay photographer in the world.
That's a lie.
In the world.
That's a lot.
at least in Colorado.
Don't look it up.
I'll
Don't look
accept
it up.
that title.
At least in
I'll accept
Colorado.
that.
Number one cosplay. How specific can we make this? Number one over 6 foot cosplay blonde hair photographer in the state of Colorado, west of Denver. Did I get that right?
I'll take that. Put that on the
Because there are times like I've been at a convention, whether it's a gaming convention or a comic convention, like at the Antlers downtown, and here's Derrick with his camera following these costumers that have paid him to take professional photos.
How do you control the chaos of that, man? Because that just seems insane.
It's hard. The hardest thing with convention photography is the lighting, because at most of these
hell yeah.
hotels, the lighting it's
Fluorescent.
Dim.
or it's usually
yeah.
dim.
Your
It's
stuff-
just vertical, and
Can
no
you
one looks
explain,
good with
just
the light.
real
just
quick
over
before you
here.
go any further? Just explain like that whole because you're kind of specific, like probably leading some of our audience. So what do you mean by like why is lighting important when you're taking these shots?
Lighting is everything, really,
Yes.
when you're taking a shot. And the problem with a lot of conventions is that, with a good camera and with Carl's and I camera, you can get the settings tweaked down to make it look decent just about any lighting. But what's hard about the cons is that different rooms will have totally different lightings, whether it's
I
the
didn't
main
think about
convention
that.
or in the lobby or something like
Well,
that.
And then even within
It's-
the room, the angles are
yeah,
kind of
It's same
different.
with outside too. When you have overcast days of clouds passing over and stuff like that, I mean, lighting is literally changing every couple like 30 seconds. So you get like classic shots in,
constantly
and then
So,
you're
so
like,
when we were
oh,
at
now I gotta
Copperhead
dial
this past weekend,
Yeah.
it was like bright, sunny,
Yeah.
Perfect.
burn yourself.
But when it's that bright outside, I have to compensate even for direction that I'm pointing the camera in. So like even if I know the sun's in this direction, I don't need to let like the light's already there, so I don't need to adjust anything. But when like you're towards the opposite side, you have to open up to be able to see the camera a lot more, just because you're on the opposite side of where the sun's coming in from.
So
Do-
sorry.
Oh.
You got something? Go for it.
when you're regardless of what the subject matter is, do you have like an end goal or end vision in mind when you're shooting?
Yeah, I think having an idea of what you're doing is going to greatly improve the end result. It is possible to just go out and say, I'm just going to find something interesting, but I think your chances of getting that like perfect shot is higher if you have a battle plan.
Like the more
at a
prepared
time.
you are, the luckier you get, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the harder I work, the luckier I get. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of like field airsoft photography and big games, like example Copperhead, like we were all just were. I mean, it is a lot of just going out there and
Were we
see
at
what you
Copperhead?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
can.
too.
Yeah,
about 2 weeks.
So,
And if you missed the ASAP podcast, they did an AAR last week, and you need to go check them out.
yeah.
You can see the Facebook Live on the Facebook page, another Serious Airsoft podcast, or they can catch
YouTubes.
the MP3 on.
iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys done fighting with iTunes? I heard there was some iTunes.
Yes, finally.
Okay.
Yay!
Excellent.
It hated us for several weeks, but we're
Okay,
on
but it's all good to
iTunes.
go now. Cool.
Yeah.
So iTunes.
All right, going back.
So, yeah, we were talking about. I can't remember.
Do you have
Lighting.
something in
Oh,
mind
yeah.
when you're shooting different subjects?
Well, yeah, like when
Like
you're
an
going
end
out.
goal.
Yeah. Somewhat. I mean, like for example of just doing an airsoft game, the idea is obviously just to try to obviously capture anybody and everybody that's playing, and at least have a good shot of them. But yeah, when it comes to more like product photography and stuff like that, yes, there's like I was saying earlier, there's an absolute end goal. It's like where is this being posted? Like what is it being used for? So is it a banner? Is it like I said,
airsoft games and general like action type photography is hard because there's no posing. Like mid game, you can't run up to someone and say, "Hold that."
So I respect you guys a lot for catching cool action shots because I don't do photography. I'm there for action sports motion because I'm putting together a video.
Yeah.
And so I film small segments at 60 frames per second, so I can find that cool action shot. But you guys, I mean, you're sitting there, just hitting that shutter like crazy. How many pictures? Ooh. So if you come back and your SD card says this many, how many of what percentage translates into actionable, usable?
Good question. For me, I feel like. I've noticed there's two different types of photographers out in this world. There's ones that'll hit a button like a million times until they get that one image and that's it. And then there's more like me where I really take my time to concentrate to maybe push the button only a couple of times, but out of those couple of times, the higher percentage of usable content is way higher. So when in post, I'm not burning through 1,000 images of
that leg moving slightly more as they cross the street.
Right. So it's like for a lot of it is just precision timing for me. Now, granted, there's obviously different types of photography out there where that idea is, worse or a different idea is better. Maybe it is make more sense to take a lot more photos. So it depends on what I'm doing. But for me personally, like especially in airsoft, I really try to hone as like, I'm gonna take like 3 shots and 2 out of the 3 are going to be good, or they're usable content for sure.
I'm similar, especially for airsoft. The one time in which I burned through is aviation photography.
Yes,
because it's very fast.
Well, same with drifting,
and a long ways away.
Yeah, same with drifting for me. Like there's a lot of
drifting is sideways. It's like figure skating for cars. If drag racing is like sprinting or like speed skating, drifting is figure skating. It's all sideways, lots of smoke, really cool.
So when I do those, that's shutter because there's smoke changing so quickly and a whole bunch of other things.
And you only have that one shot or that one opportunity to get that particular shot.
Exactly.
So here's a question. I've noticed on a lot of your stuff, you are really good at catching that muzzle flash. That is something that you've gotten down because a lot. I've tried a little bit myself to get some cool like night pictures. It's hard, man. Like even with all this modern technology we have now, like I can't make it work. So, what is your technique and your process you've gotten to get the timing and that capture down? Because you seem to be kind of the expert at it right now.
Well, thank you. My technique for it is opening up the shutter. So when you're taking a picture with the DSLR camera, which is what Carl and I use, you can adjust how quickly the sensor is open. And the longer it's open, the more light it collects. So when you see those star shots, that like the galaxy and all that stuff, the sensor's open for like 15 to 30 seconds for those. So I do something similar for muzzle flashes is that I'll put a whole bunch of light on the subject or the person firing, get it all focused, and then we'll turn the light out, and I'll tell them to count down, fire on 3, 3, 2, 1, and then on like 2, I'll open the shutter, and then they'll fire, and then I'll close it. So it'll have a second and a half to collect all of that, because if you have it on rapid fire just trying to catch that muzzle
little
flash,
bits of that muzzle,
you're just getting a little bit because it's only there for like it's thousandth of a second.
And people forget with a firearm, when you pull the trigger, there's a lot of mechanical shit that has to happen before that round goes down range, which any shooters out there, your follow through is the most important part of competitive shooting, because that round has to get down the barrel. So how did you get to that timing point between like ignition of the cartridge and
trial and error? The really good pictures I have on my profile of like the really nice muzzle flash that illuminate everything, we were trying to get that for at least an hour on the range, just standing still, holding the gun right, 3, 2, 1, fire.
I saw one picture you had
3, 2,
where
1, fire.
It was like 5 guys standing around the gun, and this was probably you posted it about 2 years ago, and it was like 5 guys in a group and one guy shooting. And you'd use the light to backdrop everybody, so you just saw their faces from the backdrop. It was one of the coolest firearm photos I've seen in like ever. And like, how do you? I mean, do you have to take it from multiple angles? Oh, really?
So yeah. So I'll get the light on and try and figure out the angle, and then it's just setting the camera up and just doing it 100 times.
Bet that gets a little expensive on the ammunition side.
It's not too bad. It's like 30 cents a round.
Yeah. So I'll start with you, Carl.
Sure.
Question for both of you, because anytime we're talking about cameras, David Lee always wants to know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's for you, David.
Yep.
If you're watching.
What is your favorite go-to lens in your kit?
You go first.
I mean, that's easy for me, especially in airsoft and drifting and stuff like that. Is 70 by 300, just because that telephoto gives me the capability to adjust to something no matter how far or how close it is. Obviously, when it comes to product photography, you use stuff that's a lot closer. So, like 50 millimeters are really popular. Stuff even underneath that, like 18.
When you're saying 50 by 300, that's the diameter of the lens by the length.
So millimeter, as in it's basically
the higher the millimeter, the more zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. So the idea
that was
is
totally for our audience and not for me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So, but yeah. I mean, like I said, 70 by 300 is definitely the way to go. Like if you see any of the content I mainly post for airsoft games, that's 99% of it what's used for.
Well, how close are you using that lens from? Like, what distance are you trying to?
And see, I don't want to interrupt the game or anything like that, or
Not like me.
yeah.
No, I'm like standing from a shooter's 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock, where they're practically shooting over my shoulder, and I'm getting hit in the back. They're hitting me in the front, and they're like, "Camera guy, get out of the way!" I'm like, "Dude, shut up! I'm making you look amazing right
amazing
now."
about
You'll thank me later.
Because I'm not shooting with these big telephoto lenses like these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I envy you. You have the luxury of standing out of the line of fire.
Well, the luxury of standing out of the line of fire also takes dollars. So,
True.
Yeah.
Carl, what lens were you using when you got that picture of Punk last year at Copperhead? Where
the BBs are mid-flight?
Yeah, where you
that's
can
the 70
see,
by 300.
Yeah, that was a good one. Because you can see
cool.
the BBs mid-flight, and he's giving him the bird, and it was just perfect.
There's actually some cool pictures that I saw being taken at Copperhead. Probably haven't seen the light of day yet, involving some tracers being shot in the ground. That was cool.
The tracers
I think
were
those
cool.
are going to turn out really
I mean,
good.
that wasn't me, but yes.
Yeah. There's some people involved in that. I thought you got a couple shots of that.
I mean, a little,
Yeah.
but
What's your favorite lens?
Exactly the same as Carl's. I have a 75 to 300 that I like for, if I have the space for it, I prefer that.
Does being able to back off give you more depth when you're
Yeah,
shooting?
it gives
Yeah,
you more
it's
depth of
100%.
field.
So you can adjust the depth in post instead of just being stuck with the depth of field you get from the thing.
you try to adjust it on the fly as much as you can.
Because you're trying to keep your subject in focus while like buildings and stuff is like really far away.
And to somebody who's done a lot of it, you can tell when something in post is, the focus is exaggerated compared to natural.
Yeah.
So and that's some things I see
Or
that drive me nuts.
digital
Yeah, exactly.
versus.
The iPhone 10s.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Yeah.
So that
Well, look at this 3D picture that just kind of morphs
Wiggles.
back and forth.
Yeah.
So that raises a question. Like, there's a lot of flack that Instagram's getting right now because people, want to make themselves look thinner or fatter. But what you guys do when you're doing editing is you're cleaning up the composition. You're getting the lighting better. You're changing the colors a little bit.
No,
You're not
shadows,
altering.
green,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you're not
we're
fishing
not.
stuff.
Yeah.
When I do a lot of my editing, I'm not heavily modifying, stuff like that. It's like, if people ask for
Oh,
it,
you just don't slap on that HDR filter? Like, wham!
You got
Yeah.
crank that up to 100.
obviously when they're senior portraits, wedding photos, or stuff like that. Obviously, you're trying to, these are moments in people's lives that they're gonna remember for the rest of their life. So you're obviously trying to want to make them look realistic, but as best as they possibly can.
You're not taking 30 pounds off anybody. And
No.
bending
Except
the window
for
frames in the back.
Corey, we add a couple.
Yeah,
pounds
we
to it.
actually add
nice.
If you meet
bigger.
Corey in real life, the biceps are he looks like Carl. It's all after. It's beautiful what you can do with a phone now, but it's all after.
Yeah.
So you guys participate in a lot of different subject matter.
Yes.
How do you prioritize that? I mean, or do you just accept the fact that, firearms is 75% of what I do, but I still like to keep my foot in, the fantasy world, or, with you got cars. I mean, how do you balance that?
For me, it depends how I prioritize stuff. If I have multiple things happening close together, I prioritize by who's going, who I know is going where, and all that stuff. So Copperhead, all the boys are going to Copperhead, so I
there's
put
gonna
that
be plenty
above
of people
some
to
other.
take pictures of.
Yeah, so I put that above some other stuff happening. I'd say that's the biggest thing. It's just which friends I'll get.
Which
to
of
hang
you
out
took
with.
those pictures on the ASAP Instagram and Cole and all those?
That was
was-
off Cole's camera
Yeah.
with Ellis. We asked Ellis to quickly snap a couple of photos, but I mean, you guys will be seeing more from me.
Those
but,
turned out
It turned out amazing. I
very
wish I
nice.
would have been invited.
It was very nice.
You were prepping for the night game that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
And I actually
sucks.
got yelled at by Biceps Corey. He's like, sorry, but I know you're talking to these guys that are really cool, but we're losing daylight, and so I need to shut you up, Rob. You know, I'm like,
We were just trying to be friendly.
I'm so glad I missed it for the night game that didn't happen.
If you guys don't know, we got awesome like house placement at Copperhead. It was like
That was amazing.
our house was like the Overwatch guys, and Woody was with us, and Fritz and all those guys. And then right across the street was all the ASAP guys, and Derrick and his hooligans. And then down the street was like the Enola gay people. It was like a little neighborhood of
And
awesome.
Evike.
Evike was right down the street.
That's
It
what I
was a
love
neighborhood
about
of awesome.
Copperhead. It's like the only event in the nation where you get like an entire block party of airsoft.
Oh, it's
where
like a
everyone's
they're
just
like
walking
frat houses.
around. Yeah.
I mean, I was
exactly.
glad to be in the adult house because I saw the condition of the ASAP house afterwards.
I
It was
remember
great.
the first Copperhead, the house rental was only down one street.
And now
Now
it's
it's
like
three
Now it's
streets. Yeah.
Everybody wants to get on a house rental because honestly, it's just
so
like you
much
could-
better.
Who wants to
Especially-
sit out in the desert for
especially-
5 days and not shower?
Yeah, at
like,
does
Copperhead,
suck.
the sun, it was the hottest Copperhead I remember going to.
yeah.
Dude, I never, when I went and took a shower, I never turned the
I left
hot
it on
knob.
cold.
I just turned the
Same.
cold knob
Yeah,
and was like,
that's
Same.
Is it just me, or is that faucet in the Copperhead houses just at the
It's
perfect
extreme.
height to be not either like above your head or
Well,
like
it
up?
was
It's
like-
always
it was
like
like right
right
here.
at chest.
And the water pressure was also to the point where it could take your skin off. So you're like, oh god.
Oh, no, I like
no,
that.
there was a one house that it was like, oh, it's a drop. Give me. You know, I'm like, oh, I felt bad for
banging
those
on
guys.
it. Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to stay in a tent at Copperhead, if at all possible.
So I almost stayed my first Copperhead 2.5 in a tent, and then that storm came through and it destroyed all our tents. And luckily, AMS,
yeah.
thank you AMS for hooking us up, set us up in the community center with some dry place to dry out because we would have had a shitty weekend otherwise.
That would've
So AMS guys, you guys rock for that.
I remember that. That was
Yeah.
crazy. It was a
So,
dust storm.
but we, you know, because we also did a review on
We're not gonna go too
Copperhead
into that.
before this.
We're just
but
joking.
we don't want to reveal anything. So you got to go back, watch their review, and then watch.
Theirs will be completely unfiltered. Ours will be polite.
I'm gonna
No.
There's gonna be a lot of alcohol for our
And-
after action review.
So
Our AAR won't be exciting because they have 5 people talking about Copperhead.
Yes.
Ours is just our perspective from.
Well, I didn't see you all day Saturday, so it's most gonna be like, what the hell were you doing while I was doing
Dude,
stuff?
we were talking on the radio. What are you talking about? And then, in our episode, we not only talk about Copperhead, but then there's a secret cooking with Cookie.
It's a
I'm
secret
excited to see
bonus
this.
episode.
you know, you're
I
telling
think
me a lot
you guys,
about that.
you actually came through for part of that.
I poked my head in for a second and I was
Carl
like, they
was a
look
guest on
busy.
that. We have some like a huge amount of surprise guests on that. Like you wouldn't believe how many people
Everyone
signed up.
should.
So if you missed it, go back and watch
yeah,
it.
go back and watch it.
Carl, what does your timeline look like when you're publishing content, especially like right when you return from an event? Because there's still that little devil in the back of your head saying, you want to be first. You want to get your stuff out there. I mean, how much midnight oil are you burning to get your stuff out after an event?
A decent amount. Like, yeah, it's definitely some. I want to get it done and just didn't know I get it over with. And that's just not just airsoft events. This is a lot of, that's kind of how I've learned is like when your parents, when you were little, are like, do your homework before you can do anything else. Like, that actually stuck with me, and I thank God that it did, because, like, yeah, for me, it's like the second I come down, I want to start focusing on stuff. So, and yeah, it usually leads to some late nights and Red Bull, but yeah.
I swear some photographers, how quickly they get them out, they have to be like editing them on the drive back.
So, yeah, I was like, I gotta kind of absorb and, like, look at it from a, like a fresh perspective. I can't immediately be like, ooh, photo, and then immediately start editing. Like, I need to at least come home, let me sit down and then...
Same.
and then just
I need to like,
crank
get
it
in the
out.
zone for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
So those albums that we see posted to the cost or UFS pages or whatever after the fact or whatever the associating page they go to, are you guys just dumping all your footage on there, or is that a curated dump you guys know?
I know, so, like, particularly for Copperhead, there will be images where I have some edited, yes, but some of them are also raw, too, just time constraints, but, yeah, it's like a lot of it I do try to do my best to edit decent ones, but at the same time, you want to be able to show that as many, like, if you got photos as many people as possible, everybody wants to see themselves in, like, photography like that. So I try to leave at least ones out there so that people can be like, hey, that's me. You know,
even if it's crap, they can take it, and that's even just because it.
I mean, I'm not gonna upload like blurries or anything like that, just because that's still like my professionionality on
you get
the
an
point
angle where the
and stuff
gut's
like that.
hanging out, or like the double chin is really bad. You know.
So
like,
I mean, I
There's no
definitely
avoiding that with Airsoft.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I definitely pick and choose, but for the most part, a lot of them, yes, still do go up for sure.
And when you guys are loading up your content after an airsoft event, are you putting it out there for free? Do you want people to buy it from you? I mean, are you watermarking it? I mean, what do you guys do?
I just throw my stuff out there for free. If I get a good pick, I just want to share it with people.
Yeah, I was like, a lot of it for me as well is for free. Is like sometimes I'll watermark, it really depends where I'm uploading it to and where I've done it from. If it's airsoft, yeah, mainly. But I mean, if it's product photos for my work, no, like that is obviously held close to very certain people and companies that, like, yeah, you can't use this unless we say so.
Yeah.
So,
But it's nice to get that tag, like, when you see, you took a picture and they use it for their Facebook profile pic, it's just like, dude, just thank the photographer,
tag it
and tag them.
Tag
Yes.
them. That's all you gotta do.
Just tag them. It's
them.
real
Thumbs
simple.
up, little emoji action.
It's okay.
You know what's weird, Carl? Is I've seen several people follow me on Instagram that they use the couch picture as their profile picture.
Really?
Are you
really
catfished?
I'm like, that's weird. That's me.
that's weird.
Kind of the sincerest form of flattery.
Have you elevated so far in airsoft that you now are getting catfished or no?
Not that I know of.
We're not Cole. Yeah, I was
Cole's
gonna say,
been
we're not
catfished.
So you're
We're not pretty enough
Cole
to
is
be
above
Cole.
you.
Cole's
Wait, wait.
beautiful face has been used to catfish
I want to hear
people.
what's the catfish story of the call. I'm this
You're
guy
gonna
we've
have to
been-
Yeah,
check
you
out
have
the
to
ASAP
check out the
podcast.
ASF.
You were sitting there.
Yeah, you were there. Part of the
And he told the story in the Gorilla Airsoft podcast at Copperhead.
Did he? Okay.
Yes.
Where were you?
I was obviously not paying attention.
It was a German woman that.
Oh, that story. That was. Oh,
yes.
okay. I remember that now.
Yes.
By the way, if you haven't caught it yet, Gorilla Airsoft Podcast has all the airsoft podcasters on one show. I don't know when it's coming out, but be look.
No, it was posted
posted
today.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
They have officially set the record from.
Well,
most
it was
people
on
in-
Facebook Live, but it went up to their podcast channels
channel.
today.
But that I think they officially set the record for most people in one room while doing an airsoft podcast.
Nice.
All the current official airsoft podcasters were in that room.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna be selfish and plug ourselves here for
Go
a
for
second.
it, man.
Go ahead.
So,
Plug away.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't heard about it yet, ASAP is a group of guys of
Stands
me,
for Army Substance Abuse Program.
not even close, but good try.
Anal,
Good acronym.
seizure, and production.
No, it stands for
right there.
it stands for Another Serious Airsoft Podcast. It's basically an idea.
you can't get this.
Right.
Exclusive at Copperhead.
It is true, facts. That me and Derrick came up with from actually the drive of
From
Copperhead 4.
Copperhead last year.
And then it came full circle of Copperhead 5 of now having everybody together. But it is me, Derrick, Corey Haynes, a.k.a. Big Arms of
Guardian tees.
Guardian
Softest
Tees.
shirts you've ever seen.
Yeah, and then
Soft like a baby's butt.
Cole Thornton, a.k.a. the Airsoft Bandit, and then Punk. So
Eric Odinson himself. Actually,
Mr.
have we,
Odinson.
who have we not had on the show yet from the ASAP concerts? Because we had
No, they've all been on the show.
Corey's been on,
Yep.
Have you had Cole?
Punk's been on.
Yep.
We had Cole on like 3
Cole's
weeks ago.
on.
dude.
Cole had his own show, The Airsoft Bandit, because I didn't have anybody else to put on.
But yeah,
Love you, Cole.
Hey Cole, you're not a leftover.
But it's basically us just with each having our own kind of thing that we do in the airsoft industry, and yeah, it's just us hanging out, having a good time. We're all really close in person.
it's the
so-
podcast I watch. Just
Yeah.
so you know, like,
It's-
I don't watch this. I don't watch myself. It's weird. I watch them.
But yeah,
I watched this one to critique him.
Yeah, critique is the word he uses. I'll share my text messages with the chat. So it is filthy. It is disparaging. I mean, it's just you wouldn't expect it.
What I really love about your guys' podcast is, one, it's unfiltered.
yes,
You're not tied to a brand and stuff like that. And I'm not saying being tied to a brand is a bad thing, but
It provides a different perspective.
it does. And that the fact that the five of you come from, well, I would say 2 guys come from the best state ever known to man. But boom. But for the most part, the 5 of you have very different perspectives. You have different backgrounds. You have different things to compare. It's cool that You've got, Mo Guns and Guardian Apparel that can see things from a business side. You've got you, which is primarily media. You've got, Punk, who's, very in tune to the player, the community, but also being innovative and
crafty
and underground. And
what the hell does Cole do? Is he just drunk on?
Cole just shows up and provides the entertainment. Right? Yeah.
His nickname in our group chat is the Cloutless Wonder.
Yes.
I think that would be a term of respect more than I'm.
So be sure to check them out. You have to subscribe to the ASAP podcast because
they're like ninjas.
They're on when they put their stuff up and they go live. It's never the same day. Sometimes it's Tuesday, sometimes it's you have to subscribe.
It's a media
You have to turn those notifications on.
And they don't even notify you half the time. They'll just
honestly, we don't even know.
Yeah, it's like, we doing this? Yep, I guess
it's like
we're
Google
doing
Chat,
this.
all right, to Facebook.
And, also, don't forget to watch Guerrilla Airsoft Radio podcast. Mm-hmm. They are the longest running airsoft podcast. You can catch those guys also on Facebook.
Airsoft. It's a
How
huge
long have they been going?
200
They're on
so.
211.
Wow. Yeah,
we got some catching up to do.
Yeah, they're at 211.
So we're gonna have to go to like 2 a week to catch up, right?
And what's really great about all three podcasts is you get the unified thing. You get entertained. You are entertained. You get entertainment, but each one has a unique, different style that you can actually be entertained three different ways.
Yes.
They're complementary, not competition.
Correct.
They complement each other.
Yeah.
100%.
Like this.
Everything in airsoft doesn't have to be a competition. There doesn't have to be a winner and a loser.
Like that. See?
Oh,
we can do it with someone else.
What are you giving
No,
this?
I can't say, no.
Is there a teaser?
Because then I would be crossing the streams and violating time travel, so I can't say anything.
Can't
Sorry.
do that? Okay, don't cross this. We're actually crossing the streams right now.
Anyway.
But nothing bad happened.
So, going back, Derrick.
Yes.
You've designed, products for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of your most memorable, successful ones, and what are some of flops?
Does he make more than patches? Because I just thought he made patches and that was it.
No, he's dabbled in.
I'm up to flip flops. I have flip flops for sale.
No way.
I do.
Actually, really sick.
I remember the deadlights.
We don't talk about that.
See? Turned out well.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Nope. That did not turn out well. Oh.
That did not pan out well.
So what have been some of the most memorable products? And again, we won't talk about.
What's funny is that I did the Hank Hill patch just over a year ago, and it was a limited edition one. I thought it wouldn't be very popular, so I made it limited edition. Like, it'll only be 50. I did a little card for them. I posted them out there.
You called it limited edition.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Exactly. And they sold out instantly.
So did you do another limited edition run?
I did a different version. The same one, but slightly different. I sold out like crazy. Like, man, this is kind of weird. People.
So
like
I can just do this in different colors, call it a limited edition, and I never have to do anything else for the rest of my life.
And to this day, the King of the Hill, it's become a whole series. There's like 8 or 9 different variations of it now, and
which is pretty cool.
People have the whole collections, and it's really cool to see like how committed
people are. It's new ones.
Yeah, no, it's so cool.
That's really cool. I didn't realize that. So you're like the Beanie Baby of airsoft.
It's become like that. People trade them. The most I've ever seen one of my patches go for is $200.
No fucking way.
Like, yeah.
Sorry.
What pat?
It was the limited edition Reigning Freedom that I did like 3 years ago. It glue in the
was
dark.
that the one with like the
AC 130?
Okay, yeah.
It sold out like 3 years ago, and then I saw one pop up for sale on a Facebook group not too long ago for $200. I'm like, that's weird.
That's insane. Like actually bought it for $200, or they were offering.
They were selling it for $200.
Were people like acceptable or telling them?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. That
was
a high price.
Derrick has actually done 3 patches for me. Mm-hmm. So you did
the kaiju.
Well, you did
black and white.
Well,
one.
First you did the cat eyes.
Yes, the Delta 6.
The Delta 6 glow in the dark cat eyes. And then there was the kaiju patch from Voldemort days, which was a colored one. And then you did a black and white glow in the dark one, which was really cool. He does some great stuff. He does commission work too, but you have to be patient.
Yes,
you have to be patient
because you got to wait for quality.
There is a line.
Is there a line?
There's a line.
So how deep is that line right now for your services?
Right now, things are pretty slow, but it's going to be at least a month before you get anything.
So before you get serviced,
if you order something custom
of waiting for Derrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be patient too, because you have mold, production, review the proof,
sampling,
give it the go ahead, and so you're looking. If you want patches under 2 months. Sorry, it ain't happening.
So you're telling me you just don't ship the files off to China and get what you get? You actually go through a production process?
Well, yeah, you have to. Well, you can do that, but if you want something good,
quality,
you have to follow and make sure.
Yeah.
So where do you make your own patches, or where are they made?
I don't. I outsource physical manufacturing,
Okay, cool.
just because PVC, the machinery required for it is very.
The tooling is very expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So funny thought here. We haven't really talked about this yet, but for new people who are building a social media presence, a lot of people talk about getting good content and all this other stuff. Let's talk about some of the behind the scenes. Ooh. So how are you guys promoting with hashtags and linking your stuff to other people? Like, what's the strategy that a new person to generate some interest in what they're doing? What's a way to get attention using the algorithm to their advantage?
Getting the algorithm to your advantage. That's a hard one because I'm still trying to figure out the algorithm.
What have you learned from it?
For me, I actually don't use hashtags anymore because I found that certain hashtags Instagram doesn't like, and if you apply them, then it can actually tank the algorithm outreach.
Oh, okay.
Of that, so guns or anything like that, anything that's a controversial topic. If you apply a hashtag, then it's not always, but I've seen, at least on my stuff, I can track the outreach based.
Less is actually more. I mean, you'll see somebody make a post and they have 12 to 15 or even 25, hashtags. It's like if you've got 4-ish good social media friendly, and you can tell. It's like when you put hashtag whatever, it shows you how many times it's been posted. Stick with the bigger, because there's some out there like Airsoft World, U.S. Airsoft.
There's
Pew Pew. I mean, it's like, dude.
There's a fine line.
Just do Airsoft and you're good.
Yeah, there's a fine line with that because you want to get noticed because there's so much of the we'll use hashtag Airsoft as the dump because there is so much of that going on, and if you're trying to grow a presence, it's going to be pretty, your photo and caption pretty much have to stand out pretty hard for somebody to notice that. But then you also want to be looking for certain things that people are looking for. So, for example, if I take a photo of this Mark 18 I just built.
That's brand new that people want.
Right, and it's you have to use very specific hashtags to making sure that other people that are searching for that particular thing find your photo too. So it's a balance of both.
Less is more. I'd say between around 5 hashtags is what you should focus on because I've talked to some other people that are very knowledgeable about the actual inner workings of Instagram. And Instagram is fickle in that it actually doesn't if a post has lots of hashtags. If it's 15 or more hashtags,
so what's the number one?
It doesn't like that.
When you're setting a post up and when you're looking for, is it likes, is it shares, or is it engagement in the box below?
It is
driving it the most?
I'd say timing.
Timing is
you're
the
looking,
biggest one.
That is the biggest
100%.
thing.
So are we talking timing in terms of frequency, or you post first thing in the morning or at noon? When
I would say not frequency. I would say just the time of day and the day of the week is what's most important.
One is consistency. You're not going to get anywhere without consistency.
Yeah. Okay.
2 is definitely time of day because I've definitely noticed, based off of the audience that you can tend to grow, it's people are tending to being on their phone for your particular style audience at a certain time. So timing is 100% key.
And also commenting on other people's posts.
Yes,
that is
engagement
and not just
like you were saying, engagement is key.
Not just an emoji. Actually writing at least 3 words of the English language.
You rock brother is not that hard to put on someone's post. It's not that.
Yeah, your
copy and paste
Instagram robot. I mean, that are out there. You can tell they're. I mean, everybody knows what they look like. They're super generic of posts like that. But it really shows if you go out of your way, and it does take time. But it really shows if you genuinely post on people's. And you're hey man, I really like that particular paint job you did on that gun. People genuinely are oh man, this dude's cool. And so probably look at your page too.
Give me your number one piece of advice for a new Instagrammer. The number one pitfall you see.
Oh, don't go message them or whatever. Hey, follow me for this reason. Don't do that.
That's a good one.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Ask for sponsorships.
Yes,
Ooh, that's a
big
good one. So, what does Moguns have to offer in terms of sponsorships
Scruffs.
this year?
If you want to meet the best Mogun sponsored athlete, Scruffs is the man.
How many
the only
sponsorship
one.
requests do you get?
Wait, isn't there
in a given
Mogun's
year?
Ben?
He's an employee.
Oh.
You have an employee?
I have an
Growing
employee.
up in the world.
Duh,
Is this a
Dude,
real,
we only have interns.
No,
is this a real employee?
It's a real employee.
Like,
I
you have a
have
tax
to
form and
pay
everything?
taxes and all that
God.
garbage.
How did that even work for you? Was it weird actually directly dealing with the government on a friendly, like, first basis?
Well, I already have to deal with it.
So, social media no-nos.
Don't. I'd say something good is like friendly networking. If you're trying to actually grow a following, like get to know someone, especially before you just jump in their DMs and be like, "Can I get some free stuff?"
Yeah, I mean,
like maybe in person?
that's
Yeah.
Like maybe walk up and shake their hands and have a conversation.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I totally agree. Is networking is like, especially from Airsoft, is now I get to stand in a room with you guys of really awesome people that I've met just through this game that we've all played. So yeah, networking is key.
Don't do that follow unfollow thing.
Yes.
No, don't
back and
don't-
forth.
People do notice that.
Yes. Follow people that you actually want their content in your feed.
Yeah.
Be genuine. Be genuine.
Are we?
We're almost near the end of the Q&A time, but we got a couple more questions left.
Sure.
What is your guys' ultimate dream job? And it could be what you're doing now, but if it's not, I
Could
mean,
be astronaut,
where-
could be, Spider-Man. We don't care. Anything. Like pie in the sky.
God, I mean, for what I get to do on a regular basis, I find myself truly thankful for. But like at such a young age of doing product management and media, and like having my job so mixed of, at a desk and out in the field, and like it's, to me, I love it. Like it's
I'm a little jealous.
awesome. So
That sounds rad.
yeah.
And I'm guessing you're living the dream right
Yeah.
now. aren't you?
I'm really thankful with where I'm at. My dream job would just be where I'm at, but more. I want to continue to grow the business.
Let's modify the question. Where do you see Moguns going in the future? Where's your goal for Moguns? Do you want to be all Lord Patches for the entire world? Or are you going to expand? What do you think?
I'm currently trying to expand. I have lots of like T-shirts and hoodies and like I said,
Yeah, I think
flip-flops. Just
T-shirts.
trying to make it like an overall arcing like
It's a brand.
lifestyle.
Yeah,
lifestyle
it's a
brand.
lifestyle brand.
That
Yeah.
term is way overused, but that's kind of what I'm going
Yes.
for.
But I mean, honestly, it's not a bad term. There's a reason it's overused. It's a good descriptor of like, because now it's not just about selling cars. It's about selling the T-shirt and the hat and the socks and the accessories.
are you always going to be like selling from your own website kind of business, or do you have a goal of like maybe being on a third party logistics platform like Amazon?
I'm already kind of moving to that right now.
Okay.
All of my shirts and hoodies and all this stuff is all.
So how's that
third-party
process?
packaging.
And we want to talk a little bit how that process is moving from that, or how do you do that, or
Like if someone wants to set that up for themselves.
yeah, like what have you kind of learned? You're in the middle of that process right now. What are some stuff you've run into that's been difficult? Let's say.
It's hard. While it is like less work doing a third party if things go right, it's harder if things go wrong because I'm not handling the manufacturing. I'm not physically sending it out. And if there's something wrong with the product, returning back to the manufacturer and going through them.
So what's the difference in delivering your product? So how do you deliver it to Amazon to be taken care of, or you just give them like basically designs and they do everything else?
I don't know how Amazon works. I'm not using them yet.
Amazon
No secrets?
Okay, so
Amazon, there's a lot. It's come a
There's
long way to
so many factors.
because you're kind of having to because you're. We'll keep it simply. Like your selling platform has to be able to interface with Amazon. You'd be able to cross-link and stuff like that. Like product videos can't have your branding on them, even though it's your
There is
product.
very specific rules.
So-
There are
Lies.
very, very specific guidelines.
So instead of
with
getting
Amazon.
zucked, you just get Bezos essentially.
Well, yeah, no, they'll shut down your product number like on the spot. I mean, a lot of my job of product management. So, I do a lot of bike racks, cargo carriers, hitch pins, stuff like that. A lot of it is the media and the content that you have is on key, but to actually be successful and stuff like that, selling it, not just having it up there and be like boom, is incredibly complex too. So. There's vendor, there's seller, there's third party.
So it's not just magic. It's just
It's not.
like it's a
Not
long
yet,
process
anyway.
to get there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
So, last question.
Ooh.
Every superhero has to have a sidekick.
I like this question.
Who is your sidekick?
Cole.
I was gonna say, can I
Oh,
choose
you call
Can I
Cole.
choose somebody at the podcast?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Anybody. Be Sammy Davis Jr. Who cares?
God, I don't know. That's tough. Let's say. I mean, can I choose the podcast as a whole? I mean, like, I love the guys so much. Like,
Yeah.
That's not a
Yeah.
bad.
You can
it's
have
not
a team of
bad.
sidekicks.
Like,
There's nothing wrong with that.
You can have your
Yeah.
own support network of sidekickery.
Yeah, I mean, because like a lot of us together, I mean, like how you said it, you know, the show is very just raw and open, and I love about how, how we're all just hanging out having a good time.
We have good chemistry.
You know, I look at, you know, Robin here, me being Batman, grew up and became Nightwing and got his own team. So I had to replace, you know, Nightwing with my other Robin.
I'm the red fucking hood. Fuck that. Red
No, I
goddamn
mean,
hood.
we had some great road trips.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there was, like, we road tripped together for like a year straight.
All the events.
And now I'm
All the
stuck with
events.
you. Now
Yes,
I'm
he's
Yeah, I
stuck
was
with
say
me.
now we've traded, so that's me and Derrick.
Yeah, now
And-
you guys
yeah.
are.
So Airsoft World, just so you know, if you hook up with Kaiju, you could be that. I might grow up to be Derrick one day. You never know.
So, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to be right back. These guys ain't going away. We're going to talk about events because a lot of you, you know, you don't know how to get your event, get to where
We
do
say
I
it
find
3
events?
times an episode.
I know.
Do I have to lay it down right now?
Tell them how,
All right.
how do they get their
Make
events?
us a host or send us an invitation on Facebook Messenger. Or not Facebook
Co-host.
Messenger. Co-host. We will do everything else for you. It's not hard. We will promote it. I will tell jokes about your event. I will mispronounce or misspell the title. And everybody will want to go.
That's
Let
the thing.
us know.
When you make someone a co-host for your event, guess what? It pops up on their calendar.
And then we have to remember it. So then we're thinking about it all the time. So when we
Yep.
talk about it, we're prepared.
Yes. So for those of you fields or event hosts that have sponsors, make your sponsors co-hosts of the event.
Makes it all networking.
Yeah. So-
That's the theme of the show, networking.
You guys are great. We're going to be right back though after
back.
this quick commercial.
They have to go
break.
potty.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The shortest path to your target is always a straight line. Be sure to check out Valken's full line of highly polished precision BBs made in Taiwan. The Valken Accelerate Pro Match BB is available now at your local Valken authorized dealer.
Hey, welcome back to the Valken Debrief Airsoft Show, episode number
96-ish?
yes, 96.
96-ish?
96.
Okay, we're 96.
And if you just joined us, you missed
right here
out
on the
on
screen. I
our
should have read
wonderful banter with Karl Urban from BB Dynamics Media Company and Derrick Campbell from Mo Guns Tactical.
The Mo Guns. Very tactical.
Such tact.
Tactical guns, or Mo Guns that are I don't actually. But
Yes.
where's the name come from on that? Like, is that a.
So when I first started it, I was 19, and I planned on getting my FFL and selling guns, which you need to be 21 for that. And by the time I turned 21, I realized that that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to sell merch.
So
but-
it's like Mo than guns?
yeah,
Instead of more guns, it's more than guns now.
yeah.
I like that. I can respect
Well,
that.
it's,
So I
it's
just stuck with it.
yeah, it's like it's,
It's
not
really
even
not a
about
great
guns
story.
anymore. I mean, I know you've talked to me about this, and I don't know if I'm going too far, but you've even talked about rebranding at one
Yeah.
point because there's ties to actual firearms, but that's not really what you're doing.
Should be like Mo
It's-
Patches.
It's but I mean the name sticks and the brand works.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like
Totally. And if you're just joining us, don't worry. You can catch the rewind tomorrow on YouTube or SoundCloud. Just look up Valken Debrief. So
First event?
we have come to our event segment.
Oh, I can do my thing. All right. So first off, we've moved up because we're a little farther in time. Operation Irene is coming up very soon. In fact,
It's this weekend.
when this is airing, we will be at Operation. Oh, I did it even every time. We will be at Operation Irene. I will be playing my first Operation Irene
no.
ever.
You don't understand. First rule of time travel. We are at Operation Irene right now.
We are at Operation Irene. I am pew-pewing as we speak, ish. I'm getting ready to pew-pew. Something like that.
It's Thursday. We check in Kronos tomorrow.
I don't know what's going on. I'm the one that never knows. So, anyway, Operation Irene, if you don't have tickets, sorry.
I would like to say, like, Evic posted, like, it was like 10 years ago, videos of Operation Irene. I saw those on YouTube. That's what got me into airsoft.
Have you been to an Irene?
I haven't. I saw the pyrotechnics and the uniforms, and I was like, what is this?
This is legit.
So, Irene is the OG of the OGs of military simulation. Danny McKnight runs one side. Who runs the other side?
Mad Max Mullins.
Two legendary figures. If you're going to play for anybody this year, find a way to get there. Well, not now because it's too late. But
and John Liu, I still have my McKnight doll.
And if someone figures out what's in that goddamn purse, let me know. I want to know what's in John's purse.
Yes.
Because I saw it on ASAP. And no one will tell me.
We should go tackle him tomorrow and
just grab the purse and then we'll inspect it.
Yep.
Special bonus IGTV episode. What's in the man purse? There we go. Coming up so have you done Irene or any of the laws? And you've done a bunch of them. I know that. So you talk about it all the time. No one cares. Coming up after that, 3-year Rockiversary, DEF CON 2. That's the anniversary of the Rock. Get it? Rockiversary. 21 to the 22nd of September. This is a Midwest region event. Sogo Airsoft is holding it.
It's also this weekend.
So if you don't have can they get tickets still, probably think? Is that a walk-on event?
It's their anniversary, so you could probably still show up.
So if you have nothing to do tomorrow, get your ass to the Rock, play some Airsoft. It's a really... Well, you've been
The Rock is... I mean, I've been there multiple times for multiple events through actually Titan Milsim for a lot of them. But the Rock is... I love that field so much because there's so much diverse levels of gameplay. There's the Rock Core itself, obviously. There's little villages and towns and
don't go tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Go Saturday, Sunday.
Screw it. Go Friday. Camp out outside the gate. Show them how committed you are. That you are there for the Rockiversary. Don't listen to this guy.
The field itself and the owner. It's an amazing place. Like
John Burdett.
Yeah, John is awesome.
Are we talking like bucket list, Airsoft bucket list?
I would definitely say for that region of the country, absolutely.
Okay,
that field for an outdoor field is one of the coolest places ever.
Nice. Oh, what'd you forget? Is there something to show? Is there something to show?
You mentioned John Burdett.
Ooh, do you got something special to show? Show and tell time. I love show and tell time.
Yeah.
There's so much cool
John Burdett is famous for this.
Claymore-tastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Airsoft Claymore. You can launch French fries, BBs, Snickerdoodles.
If you put it on a Roomba,
nerds.
Ooh, nerds. That's good. If you put it on a Roomba,
nerds.
it becomes a technically speaking. So just have the Roomba go around and find your enemies for you. Take all the work out. Anyway, after that, we got Operation Rawhide, Lone Rider. This is the 27th to the 29th. Also, that's next weekend. Midwest region, Boneyard Airsoft is holding it. This is going to be at the Rawhide Ranch. I would love you guys to tell us a little more about this. Like, send me a message of some kind, because I've been talking about this event for like 2 months, and I've just been making stuff up.
What is it about?
It's like a spaghetti western.
It's like a western.
Cool.
This is like Red Dead Airsoft.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, that is cool.
So if you got a wheel gun and a cool hat, and you got some holsters, and it always kind of ruins the effect because then they have these like modern shooting glasses on. Like it ruins it.
Did you see that Airsoft video that Christopher did with Balahack? That was a Red Dead Redemption
I did
reenactment.
see that.
Oh my gosh, that was so
that
good.
looks like a lot of fun. So this is going to be one of your different events. This is like when Omega Production puts on, like something like that, where you're not going to be in your standard camis with your standard M4. This is full immersion, doing Wild West stuff.
Yeah,
cool. That is super cool.
Full on yeehaw.
Yeehaw. We'll call it Yeehaw Airsoft. There we go. Are there horses instead of technicals, I wonder?
I wouldn't want to shoot a horse while I'm on it.
Yeah. Well, you get them goggles.
But if they get hit with a BB, they're going to kick somebody in the face.
I just say it adds a level of difficulty. Just raises
levels of immersion.
Raises your levels of
immersion. There's going to be big claws in that.
Don't shoot the horse.
No, you can't sue us if a horse kicks you in the nuts.
Sign on the waiver.
I would actually like that waiver. I want to sign that waiver, put it up on my wall, just because that's you're dumb for Airsoft. Coming up after that, Rumble in the Jungle. Rumble in the Jungle. Thrilla in Manila. I'm out of fucking events here to say it, but September 27th, 29th, Northeast region at We Are
EMR.
Oh, that sucked. Let's try it again. We Are
EMR.
Dude, you guys are totally... All right, one more time.
I was not prepped on
One more time. We Are...
EMR.
Thank you. God, you guys are bad. It's almost like... Fritz, I'm talking to you. I see you there. Did you not prep our gets? Really? Seriously?
You guys, Fritz is our new intern.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you're wondering why he's hanging around the ranch, he's not just our cabana boy. He's actually working on the show now.
And we kind of lost, since we were so close to the Mexican border, Julio, we kind of lost Julio.
Well, he got self-deported because he wanted to go back for it was like a wedding or something, you know. But he'll be back soon. Don't worry. Fritz is really Fritz. If you don't stop fucking up, he'll be back. Just so you know. Okay. EMR Event Park. You've seen him on the show. It's a legendary place. Huge things everywhere. There is literally 4 or 5 full giant fields within that one field. You can get a different environment anywhere you go there. Also, biggest castle in America.
Yep.
Recreational castle in America.
Really?
Really?
It is 3 acres in the interior.
And they have 3 of them.
That is
3 of
cool.
them, yeah. So if you haven't, EMR is definitely a bucket list place. Coming up after that, well, I mean, if you don't have tickets and you're not invited, you're not going to be there. It's the Lion Claws Tactical Challenge. 28th of September. This is a Lion Claws event, obviously. Specific region, that's you guys. And it's going to be at Edwards Air Force Base in the Plain Graveyard.
That's where you've seen the videos of all like Evite guys doing all the
747.
Yeah, that's so cool.
What is your guys' like bucket list venue? Like amusement park, 747 train. I mean,
oh gosh,
It sounds like it'd be hard to top a boneyard.
or of planes. Yeah,
planes.
like,
That is cool.
I mean,
That's
just
cool.
the sheer gameplay dynamic change of all those alleyways, and you don't have like a ton of cover besides just seats and like, yeah, it sounds.
Would you use the term dynamic environment?
It would be super dynamic.
would you have to use a lot of strategery?
Ooh, and tactical knowledges. Who won that event at the beginning of the year? Is there a repeating champion? That's coming back?
that would
Is that
have
a
been
Valken Alliance team, maybe?
Vulcan Alliance sponsored Disposable Heroes.
Disposable Heroes.
Yes.
They're going to go for the repeat, or as my co-host likes to call it, the double. I think you called it a double hat trick last time.
No, hat trick is 3.
Yeah, so it's just 2.
It's
a
just
repeat win. Has anybody repeated?
Because remember when we were at Copperhead, Gorilla said they lost by 1 point to Disposable Heroes?
And they were a little butthurt about that, and we didn't rub it in.
But they
at
had
all.
fun.
They had fun. It's all about fun. It's
It was because they said every person from Disposable Heroes had like 100 EG67s per person.
Oh, and they just were chucking them as they went?
Yeah.
I wonder where they got those. Who provided those EG67s for them?
Maybe our other sponsor?
Is it
Enola
Gay?
And Enola Gay also sponsors
ASAP Podcast.
That's how you name drop people.
Oh, you guys have a coupon. You're the only one with a
Oh,
coupon
yes. You guys
code.
have a coupon code? Do you
Yeah,
want to drop that right now?
they only exist in.
They gotta go check out the podcast to find
Oh,
out.
that's
Oh,
right.
okay, here we go. Sorry.
See, I tempted them. They stood
Well
strong.
done. Well done.
These are some of the strongest guests we've had so far.
Yes.
I normally can get anything out of our guests. A little bit of poke, I get everything. These guys told me just to fuck off. All right, coming up after that, Faluda Gap.
Faluda
Gap.
That's for you, Gus Dosey.
Yep.
Remember Faluda.
11th to the 13th of October in the Appalachian regions. Command Decisions Wargaming event at Taylorsville, North Carolina.
I will be there.
You'll get to meet the Kaiju. Look for him.
Yes. We're going to have a 40 by 40 compound with Stampede Airsoft right at the entrance.
Is that big enough for a Stampede within that compound? Almost. Close enough.
We are going to be hosting a Valken Alliance barbecue.
Ooh.
If you buy one Valken product out of the Stampede booth, you get to come partake in the free barbecue, but get put into a raffle to win something.
So this
cool.
is added value.
Yes.
You get bonus value for
That's
your,
cool.
for your
Yes.
purchase. And as also like those are not like they're not driving prices up on that.
And-
That's normal
and
prices.
my cohort in crime sales rep Andy Potter is going to be there. Nobody, and he's going to be barbecuing. Nobody beats Potter's meat. It's amazing.
Potter has delicious meat, especially
Yes.
in your mouth.
A little weird.
It's a little
Okay.
juicy. Shh, don't acknowledge it. That's the point of the joke. You just let it hang. You let it hang. But yeah, come out to Faluda Gap. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Faluda Gap. Come hang out with Kaiju. All Potter will be spreading his meat in all your mouths. It'll be a fun time. All right, coming up after that. Ooh, now this is a special one, and I've been announcing this for a while. Airsoft Con, and this is for those audience who don't know what it is. This is EVIC's. Did I say that right? It's
Anniversary.
EVIC?
Evic, yeah.
What are they up to? 16, 17 years now? 20
I
years?
think this is like 10.
10
I don't
years?
know.
10 years.
It's
I
big,
think it's-
but
10-year anniversary. I mean, last year they had the Red Bull skydivers come in. They had bands. There's a Q&A with all your favorite celebrities. And there's
booths everywhere.
Booths
I mean,
everywhere. Every new product.
Yeah.
Shooting competition where you can win like $1,000.
And here's the best part: right by the entrance, there's going to be a large yellow tent sitting there, and there's going to be these two guys right there. So come say hi, and we might, depending on planning, be doing not live, but a show from the grounds right there. So if you want to come see all of this magic in action, Airsoft Cons, where I mean, you get to do all the other stuff. There's skydiving, there's evic, there's airsoft, but mostly it's us right by the entrance. Come say hi. See you there. After that, Operation Starburst.
Same weekend.
If
they can't make it to California, they can make it to Texas.
Third Coast Airsoft. Did I get that right? Yeah, Third Coast Airsoft. Southern Region, 18th and 20th at Fort Hood. Do we know what range they're using? They're using the big range or the small range?
Boaz.
They got Boaz. If you don't know, Boaz is legendary.
You've been there?
Yeah.
That's the good
Boaz,
one.
all right, that's a good one.
Awesome.
It's big, it's open. There's like 20 or 30 like real like multi-story buildings there. It's an airsoft event. Check it out. It's one of those places you got to play. And with the wars ending and how things are going, troops are coming back. A lot of those training areas are going to get taken up more than they used to. That's why airsoft has been so successful in using those training areas, because most of these bases are empty, 10 months out of the year. But if there's no more deployments, they need a place to train, and we're going to lose some of those places. So take advantage of going to bases while you can.
Yes.
Before it might be something that is not.
They're huge opportunities to play on these places.
Let them know.
And
Fill them in. Give them some guidance.
I mean, it's like with Fort Hood, there's like a simulated mosque and like a whole surrounding buildings around them.
But you have to be respectful.
Yes.
Play to their rules.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you can't come back.
Or we can't come back as airsofters.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Carl. I'm looking at you, Carl. Not this Carl, but that Carl.
Okay.
Carl in
I was
there.
gonna say, whoa.
It's Carl that fucks everything up. That's what
Carl
I'm saying.
with a C.
C
Got it.
Carl.
Oh,
C
okay.
Carl. Not,
Yeah.
not K Carl. K
Got
Carl
it.
we like.
Yeah.
All right, coming up after that, Third Coast. By the way, hearing great things about Third Coast. They're about a year or two old, just hit the national scene, and they're kind of known for just pushing everything. They want to push just everything.
Sal
make it
likes
bigger.
little birds.
Yep, he loves little birds. If you want to ride in a helicopter and do some hood rat helicopter shit, that's the place you need to go.
I definitely want to get. I really want to attend at a Third Coast game. I mean, we've been talking about it a little, but yeah.
Ooh, Starburst might be the way. That might be your weekend. I'm just saying. You might see these guys at Starburst. Could be. I don't know. Not making any promises, but I am. Anyway, after that, La Contra, 25th and 27th, Midwest region. This is Centurion. Centurion, excuse me. It's Bubba Moore and Javier Franco. One Grunt himself, famously, will be there hosting the event because it's their company. This is really cool. This is in Pitcher, Oklahoma. So you guys have been to D-Day. You guys drove in, right? You guys came through Pitcher?
I've driven through Pitcher.
It's an abandoned mining town.
Is that not like one of the coolest places you could think of to spend your weekend pew-pewing?
It's definitely interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, we had Turk from Rudiment Arms and Javier from Centurion on the show 2 weeks ago. You got to check that out because I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'm pretty sure we had a surprise guest. But you got to go back and watch.
No. It's not a thumbnail either, so you got to watch to find out. But yeah, if you haven't checked out a Centurion, the way I haven't gotten to do one yet. I'm going to this fall. I'm really stoked about it. But the way Centurion was described to me is that you can spend the entire weekend without firing a single shot and still be completely immersed in the scenario.
That's really cool.
It is just all kinds of cool stuff going on. It's a moving map. So it's not like you don't start in like one big area. Like the AO moves as the game progresses. How cool is that?
That's cool. Don't get left behind, but that's cool. Yeah.
All right, and finally, this is one I'm really excited about.
Same.
Because I've been hearing so much hype about it. Same way?
Well, I mean, we'll also
we're
sponsor.
gonna try and make it.
The goal is to make it, but we're also sponsored by this next.
All right, we'll get to that. So
Mm-hmm.
this is Conquest of Avalon 3. I'm so pissed I missed the first two. Didn't get a chance to go. 8 to the 10th, Southern Region. Overwatch Tactics. Sorry. We didn't even have Mudcram Milsim on. I'm still fucking it up.
Because it was last week.
Well, yeah, but like I just want to leave that on there because it's like now a routine for me at this point.
I know.
You know? But yeah, this is in Waxahachie.
The Ren Fair.
The Ren Fair. This is in a Ren Fair with medieval buildings and people.
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
It's like 200 buildings. Or something.
It's a lot. It's like the second biggest Renaissance festival area I think in the country.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in person yet. So we're going to be there. And in fact, we're in rare presence right here. Have you announced? Do they know what's going on?
Oh yeah, I'm the Merc Commander.
Yep, he's the official bad guy.
Yep.
Sweet.
So if you want to play green, you get to be led by all of this sexiness right here. Is that
Black.
Black. Ooh, black, even better.
Black
team. So black team will be, and who's running the other team? Is it the gold team?
The unit?
Yeah, the unit. Who is it? Woody's unit?
No, it's not.
It's not Woody's unit.
No, because Woody had to get back surgery.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. So
it's going to be.
You have to sign up. Go to the page.
Find out.
Find out who's the commander.
Are you guys going to be there?
Yeah. So ASAP is sponsored thanks to Soto of
We're going to try and record an episode on Vendor Row on Friday.
Oh.
There's talk of maybe trying to record an episode in the middle of the field on Saturday during the game.
That would be cool.
So
And a little birdie told me they're going to be under the Mercs because they can bring it.
Ooh, so if you want to be with the official pipe hitter faction from Overwatch Tactics, that is definitely going to be the Merc side. I heard unit is just kind of hanging there. It's off to the left a little bit.
They're too paramilitary.
It's pungy,
They're too structured. We are a bunch of wingnuts.
Sell it right now. Sell it.
Yep.
Sell. Why would you want to be a Merc? Sell it to him right now. Like,
because we're going to win.
Yeah, simple as that. Simple as that.
Easy.
Yep. You get to wear whatever you want. You can wear a clown suit.
We haven't been specified exactly on what side
You're playing Merc.
on.
You're playing Merc.
Yeah.
You're playing Merc.
I know a guy, and the decision's been made.
Do I know that guy?
You know that guy.
I know that guy. Do you know that guy? You
Do
probably
we?
know that guy.
Yeah, you know that
Probably.
So
Are we out of events?
we are out of events. That was the event
We're
segment.
getting really slick.
Yeah,
with
we're getting
events.
better at
We're
this.
getting through it almost like less than an hour.
Thank you all for watching, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or you're listening on SoundCloud.
Don't forget Instagram. Instagram, they can watch it on there.
Oh, well, you can watch a little segment on Instagram too.
Small segment.
Yeah, small segment. Don't forget to check out ASAP Podcast.
Yep.
BB
Dynamics.
BB Dynamics.
Wait, what's the
Media
actual-
Company.
Well,
BB
it's
Dynamics
BB
Media Company.
underscore
What's Instagram?
Dynamics.
BB_Dynamics and Moguns_Derrick. And if you want to be one of my 60 followers, you can be at Peltas Airsoft, and then Kaiju underscore Colorado. Did I get that right? He has many more followers, so don't follow him. Just follow everybody.
You'll find Airsoft. You'll find board gaming. You'll find Star Wars.
Just check in with us.
I mean, we all do a bunch of random crap, but if you want to be really bored, follow this guy.
It's just cars and what I'm having for breakfast mostly. I mean, it's nothing that interesting.
Which I'm a
Really,
foodie.
but-
That's the only reason why I follow him is because I want
And
to know.
occasionally I'll get a good shot of him and it turns into a nice little fun meet. But that's about it.
Don't forget to follow our sponsors, the Valken Alliance and Enola Gay.
Yeah.
Best
Guys,
smoke there is.
thank you.
Thank you for
coming.
having us.
This was
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks.
I know you're sick, but I appreciate you coming out.
Dude,
and
you
still,
powered through, brother. You powered. Awesome show, guys.
Thanks.
You want some sanitizer for that?
No, I'm just going to rub it on his face.
All right, guys, we will be back next week with a local field
Yes.
live with On Target Paintball from New Jersey.
Hanging out with those paintballers. Maybe they're BB curious. We don't know. Could be. A little bit.
No, he has airsoft.
He does?
Yes.
So he's full BB curious. Would you say he's like by BB paintball? Both of them?
Yes, he's by
By
shooting
action
sports.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a
yeah.
mouthful.
Yeah, that's a lot. I really tried to force that one in.
All right, thanks for joining us and have a good night.
See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
We will not go quietly into the night.
It is your killer instinct which must be harnessed if you expect to survive in combat.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Remember this day, man, or it will be yours for all time.
What keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I keep other people awake at night.